It's now 6:30 p.m. Sunday in Biloxi, Mississippi, and the hurricane is really beginning to be felt here. As you can see, the palm trees are blowing, the rain is beginning to increase, and the sea is beginning to churn in the Gulf. It promises to be a long, long night in Biloxi.
Even veteran reporter Jim Metcalf had no idea what lay ahead as Hurricane Camille took aim at the Mississippi Gulf Coast. During the nighttime hours of August 17, 1969, people who lived along the Mississippi Gulf Coast and South Louisiana did the best that they could to get ready for one of the fiercest storms in modern history. As dawn broke on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, the world was stunned at what it saw. Camille's 210-mile-an-hour winds and 20-foot seas caused massive destruction that people have spent decades trying to describe.
This scene here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast is almost like an endless nightmare, almost like an endless one-act play with some sort of a macabre ending.
And some of the luxury motel units along the Gulf Coast, it just looked like somebody had come in with a giant hand and swept everything out of sight.
Along the Mississippi Gulf Coast, Camille killed more than 130 people and destroyed 6,000 homes for many people in the storm's path. Their lives would never be the same.
It's bound to be in here somewhere because all these are the houses that came from in this vicinity. They're all right in here in this neighborhood. But mine was right on the corner and I don't even see it. Yonder!
In the days ahead, amazing stories of survival would become part of the storm's legendary history.
We went upstairs and Mrs. Dunkelman rescued our pet dog and brought it up the stairways. And we sat there, and the house would keep on crunching and crunching, tearing and ripping, just like you pulled nails out of it.
We still thought we were in a
And we thought, oh God, here's what we're going to do. We're going to die here right now.
Hotel owner Henry Fortner told one of the most incredible stories.
And actually, one fellow slept through the whole hurricane in his room, and we wakened him this morning and told him about it.
You mean he slept in this building behind us?
Right, he slept in this building all night long.
The damage from Hurricane Camille was not limited to Mississippi. Flood-prone areas in Plaquemines and St. Bernard parishes were also devastated, prompting President Richard Nixon to declare them disaster areas.
What are your thoughts as you see this house for the first time?
Just awful.
Not much left to it.
No, sir, it looks total.
Chandler Island right there. This is one that was closest to New Orleans right here.
Legendary meteorologist Nash Roberts is an expert on forecasting hurricanes and even wrote a book about the extreme Hurricane Camille.
I knew by Saturday night about where it was going to go in. I was pretty sure of it, and I had a pretty good idea what the velocities were going to be, and but I didn't think that the storm surge would be as high as it was.
Roberts says even though there are more satellites and computers to help meteorologists today, he had no trouble forecasting Camille 30 years ago.
I didn't find it difficult to forecast at all. It moved very rapidly. It didn't zigzag anywhere hardly at all. It had a straight shot for where it was going.
In the 30 years since the hurricane, the Mississippi coast has enjoyed a tremendous prosperity. Gambling casinos and hotels line the beachfront, making them sitting targets for the summer storms that blow in from the Gulf.
Camille's not a pleasant subject for me to address at all.
Linda Rouse was just 23 years old when Camille hit. Today, it is her job to coordinate disaster plans for future hurricanes that threaten the coast.
During Hurricane Camille, we didn't have the building codes in our county. We do have that in place now. That helps greatly on the mitigation measures that we have to have for preparedness. As well, the evacuation, ordered evacuation was not a law at that time. It now is law for public safety.
Camille taught us many lessons, and much has been improved since she blasted ashore on the fateful August night. But all the experts agree that if there is one fact that remains the same, even in this age of advanced technology, it is that we must always respect the sea and its awesome force. For Eyewitness News Night Watch, this is Bill Elder.